What's happening, guys? It's Elly here, and this is going to be the first episode of Tea Time. I am so excited that I am starting this series for you guys, and I really hope you guys are too. Anyway, if you didn't see the introduction, go watch it. I'll have a link right here on my tea, my lovely tea. And basically, it's a series I'm starting where I'm going to be talking about different books, movies, shows, music, pretty much anything in entertainment industry that I've been reading, watching, listening to, and that I totally love and I want to talk about. So for the first episode of Tea Time, I am going to be talking about a book I read a week ago. I've been looking for this book for such a long time, and it is Paper Towns by John Green. I am a huge John Green fan. He's another YouTuber. If you don't know him, you should look him up. And I read his book, Not Looking for Alaska, that's on my list to read. I read The Fault in Our Stars when it first came out, and I was in love with it. So it was my mission to read all the other John Green books out there. And whenever I look for them in bookstores, they're always sold out. That's why I haven't been looking for Alaska yet, because I haven't found it yet. And I could always order online, I just haven't been bothered to do it yet. But about a month ago, I found Paper Towns in the bookstore here in my college town, and I had to pick it up and read it. This is really like spur of the moment filming. Like, I'm literally just watching a TV series and I'm talking about my next episode, and I made tea for it, and I was like, why don't I just do my tea time now for this, because I haven't done it yet and I really need to do it so I can get it out soon. So I'm rolling to the camera. So if you guys are not familiar with Paper Towns, I will read you the book sleeve on the back. Who is the real Margot? Quentin Jacobson has spent a lifetime loving the magnificently adventurous Margot Ross Spiegelman from afar. So when she cracks open a window and climbs into his life, dressed as a ninja and summoning him for an ingenious campaign of revenge, he follows. After the all-nighter ends and the new day breaks, Q arrives at school to discover that Margot, always an enigma, has now become a mystery. But Q soon learns that there are clues, and they are for him. Urged down a disconnected path, the closer he gets, the less Q sees the girl he once thought he knew. And here are some of his other books. Got Looking for Alaska, An Abundance of Catherines, and The Fault in Our Stars, which I've also read. It's a really good book. If you want me to do a review on that, I definitely will. Just let me know. Only I don't have the actual physical copy of the book. I downloaded it on my mom's Kindle, so yeah. My love for tea. This is a great book, even though I wasn't a big fan of the ending. Maybe the book seemed better to me because I just graduated high school, and this follows the last like 2 or 3 months of a bunch of seniors, and they are looking for their friend Margot, who has abruptly left after a night of shenanigans where she could get in a lot of trouble for, and she leaves these clues behind that's obviously left for Quentin, and he has to go find, and he drags along Margot's best friend Lacey and his friends Ben and Radar, and they go on this big quest to find Margot. But in it is also some like high school bits. Like, I was a band kid in high school, and 2 of his friends are in band here, and they talk about prom and graduation and finals and all those things that go along with high school. And it's a very good novel for someone who just graduated or was going to graduate, and it gives you a bit of an adventure without actually going on one, which is really cheesy to say because a lot of books do that, but I'm being totally honest that this is a great book if you're just graduating, or if you're going to graduate, or if you've graduated in the past year maybe even. It's definitely a good read, and I definitely recommend this. John Green is a very intelligent person if you do not know him already, and you'd think making a book about a bunch of teenagers would be really difficult, or the teenagers would just be so overly smart that you couldn't stand it and you couldn't relate. That is not the case whatsoever. Even though Margot is one of the most intelligent people you will ever meet for different reasons than you might assume, all the characters in this are very realistic And yes, they do have some very factual qualities, but that just rounds them off as a character and makes you like them even more. Personally, I don't think there's that one character that you're like, oh my gosh, I totally relate. This is like amazing. I love this character, and I honestly could not relate to any of them. But you want to relate to them throughout this book, which is part of the reason that it makes it so amazing. And there's also a mystery aspect to it, and wondering what happened to Margot, and is she just leaving a bunch of these dead-end clues for Quentin to find, and if she's actually where he thinks she is. And by the end of the book, they go on this huge adventure to try and find her, and I'm not going to give anything away whether they find her or not, but the ending is very sudden, and it doesn't satisfy the rest of the book. Like, the whole book is a big adventure. Like, it leaves you on the edge of your seat trying to figure out what's going to come next, like what's going to happen, where's Margot. And by the time you get to the end, it just kind of stops abruptly, and you want to know what happens beyond that last chapter, that last paragraph, but you don't. And I know at the back of my book, at least, you can't see it, but John Green leaves a bunch of discussion questions at the end of the book. I'm not sure if it's for like educational purposes, or you can find people talking about them online, just discuss the book. But there's a lot of questions in here where you discussing the book and your thoughts on it, and the characters and the development of everything. And I don't know, it makes me wonder if these questions I have will ever be answered, and it makes me want to go into these forums and ask these questions and see what everyone else thinks. But that ruins the integrity of the book. He ended the book this way for a reason, and even though I might not like the ending, it's still a great book. I just got a text message. That's it for this episode of Tea Time. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please give a thumbs up and comment down below some suggestions you have for me to read, watch, listen to, and I will try to get them all done, and we can talk about them and get a good discussion going. Make sure to follow me on Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, Vine. All my social media sites will be in the down bar. And also, make sure most importantly to subscribe to me, because if you like these Tea Time videos, then I will definitely be doing more, and I can get in a more schedule with them. Also, I post new videos every Wednesday, just random topics on my channel, so you can also subscribe to get those. And yeah, that's it. Keep drinking tea, guys. See you next tea time.
Came on down into the middle of the party center. Into the cool, happy, they went quiet.